Hi friends, Mindy here. Today I am going to be working on a devotional One Another from Bythewell4God. I'm going to be working on day 10 here, and I am working in an altered book. I have a video showing how I set this up in my channel. I can link those below, but I am going to be working on this page here. It's already got a background down, and so I'm not exactly sure what I'm going to be doing exactly, but I thought I'd just turn on the camera and take you along as I create for day 10. Okay, so the first thing that I think I need to do is tone down some of this. I love this background paper, but I just want to kind of tone it down a little bit. I have this flashcard that coordinates with the scriptures from this day, so I'll definitely be using that as kind of my title. That's the title for day 10. But I want to try to add something maybe along here, just to kind of tone everything down just a little bit. I have this scrap of pattern paper from when I put this book together, and I think I'm just going to add a little strip, almost like faux washi tape, down the side here, but I want to keep it a little bit organic, so I'm just going to tear this down. And depending on when you have pattern paper like this, depending on how you tear it, depends on whether or not you get the white showing or not. And I do not want it, so I'm pulling this part toward me, and that way I will avoid having that white edge. And it doesn't matter if it's, you know, perfectly even. I'm trying to keep about the same amount, but it doesn't really matter. So I'm just going to tear this down. And then I think I'll glue maybe about that much on there. So what I'm going to do is just run a strip of adhesive. This is just the easiest way. It's kind of the lazy girl way of creating, so I don't have to measure anything. I'm just kind of eyeballing it, and then we're lining that up. And then I will just cut it off. I'll pull this tag out so I don't cut it accidentally. Okay. That's good. It's kind of a little crooked, but I think I can cover that up. The lazy girl way doesn't always work, but I'll have probably a journaling card down here. I have several journaling cards. I have some kind of like that. But if I write on that, it's going to be, this is going to bother me. I'm going to pull this up because it's buffalo plaid, and so it's going to bother me if it's not straight. Okay, let me trim that off. Oh, that's better. Whew, okay. I can live with that.
Okay, so I'd put you on fast forward here just for a minute while I'm pulling out these journaling cards and just kind of trying to decide which one of these I think is going to work the best. As you can see, I've pulled out a bunch of different library cards and journaling spots and different things, and I'm just going to kind of rehearse some of these different elements, trying to decide which one I want to use for my page here.
This is from an ephemera kit that Bythewell4God released a couple months ago now, actually, I think. It's called Sunflower Harvest. Unfortunately, they don't have this anymore, but there might be some pieces in here that I could use. I could kind of use this one, honestly, to pull in sort of this color right here, which I actually like. And there's this cute little bird peeking down here at the bottom. Can you see him? He's so cute. And then I can use some other pieces from this ephemera kit.
So I sped this part up again. I'm just going through the ephemera pack, trying to find something that I think will go well with this page.
Okay, so off camera, I went ahead and just wrote out the scripture that is coordinating with this day, and I just glued this down so I would make sure I could write it out without, you know, covering it up. And then I pulled out a couple things that I think might work to kind of pull in this color. One of them is, these are actually some pieces from the pattern paper that were left over, and it kind of has that same color here. It's just a little bit lighter than I would want it to be. And then again, this is from the kit, and this is just a little bit more green than I really want it to be. It's more teal colored than kind of blue. But I also had in my stash this bow clip from a devotional in the past. And so what I think I'm going to do is disassemble this here and use this to kind of create some interest on this journaling card here. Now, I'm feeling like I want to round the corners for some reason, so I'm going to do that. Because these are round, I just feel like that will help a little bit. Sorry, that's kind of annoying. Okay. And then I want to kind of create, maybe, I was thinking on the left side, let me see here, just disassemble this. So the fabric clips always come with 2 pieces of fabric, so when you're doing stuff like this, you can actually, a little bit goes a long way. For this, so I'm thinking I could do this here, but then I kind of have all of my color over there. And so I might do like a little tiny ruffle. I'm trying to avoid having too much bulk here because, again, I'm working in an altered book, and this is day 10, and you can see my book is already starting to get a little bulky. So whenever I can minimize that a little bit, I'm going to try to do that. I'm kind of thinking I might just put this on here. And so, let's see, look this way. Maybe sew just right across there.
While I fiddle with this, I decided to go ahead and put this on fast forward as well. I'm just really trying to decide how to balance this color and where to put this fabric. And I felt like it might need another texture, so I pulled in some, this is actually some brown paper bag. I just wanted some other kind of piece that would help kind of give it some contrast. And then I thought, well, maybe I would prefer it on the left side versus the top. And then I remembered that I had a music page, just a little scrap of music paper that I really liked the look of. And so I decided to put that over here on the right side, and then I'm going to layer this fabric behind it. And I didn't want to leave it just on the page like this because I felt like it would get lost. So having that piece of fabric behind there is really going to help.
And you know what I think I'm going to do, actually? Just because I haven't done it this way before. Well, I'm going to straighten this out here. Oops. I got things flying everywhere. Okay. I'm just gonna, I want as much of these like rough and tattered kind of edges as I can get here. And then I'm gonna put this kind of like that. But I think just for fun, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna tear this here. No, it needs to come down a little bit more. And I am just distressing this with the ink blending tool, and I'm actually using archival ink in coffee. That's one of the things I've been doing kind of throughout the book, just to kind of unify everything, is I've been distressing with the same color. It just kind of helps everything kind of go together. So what I think I'm gonna do here actually is do this like that, and I need to tear that about right there. Hopefully this works. Yay, okay. And I think I'm just gonna staple it. Let's see. I don't normally do my videos kind of real time like this, so let me know in the comments below if you found this helpful, or if it was not really very interesting, if you'd prefer it in the fast forward mode that I normally do. I just thought it would be fun to kind of talk through my process as I'm going. So I'm going to just staple this. I just like the extra texture and everything that provides, and I'm going to kind of rough this up a little bit. And then I can glue that down there. Okay, I actually think I'm going to keep that straight. The next thing I want to do is go ahead and distress all of these pieces. And again, I'm using an archival ink to distress, and I am using it's in coffee. And the reason I'm doing that is because it's permanent and it'll dry on some of these slicker papers easier than some other things will. And just, it really has the color that I was looking for. And I'm going to go right around this white part. You could trim these down if you wanted to. I wanted to leave a little bit of white because there is some white in the background here. So and there's a couple different ways when you are distressing things. You could certainly sorry. Anyway, you could certainly get like a nonstick craft mat and kind of slide onto it. Whenever I'm distressing things like this, I like to actually use the flat blender and go straight kind of perpendicular, because it ends up getting, you end up getting like a darker edge, and it kind of fans in a little bit better. I don't know if you can see that. So it just gives a stronger kind of color to the edging when you do it that way. So I'm going to just go around this really quickly.
So I'm trying to keep this video a little bit shorter, so I went ahead and put this in fast forward while I'm going around and distressing each of these elements. I'm just using that same archival ink and going around all of the page elements and then the page itself, just to try to unify everything.
And also, when you do this, you kind of have this border, it kind of just draws your focus on into the inside of your page a little bit more. And then you can, I have kind of a gap here because I had just created, you know, this strip of pattern paper here. I'm not worried about that. I am, however, going to run some distress ink along there, or not distress ink, but some archival ink here, just distressing in there a little bit. That's just going to kind of bring the brown over, but a lot of this you won't see, especially as my book continues to kind of, you know, fluff up. That will kind of get hidden in the gutter a little bit. Okay, and off camera, I also, I wrote some notes from the devotional that I want to include as well. I'm going to do that by creating a pocket. And so I'm going to use my liquid adhesive for this. I just want to make sure I'm giving myself enough room for my little tag here. So when I do this and I'm kind of unsure of the spacing of it, I just kind of tuck it back behind there just to make sure that I'm not getting glue where I don't want it. this out. And now I will know that I have enough room for my little tag. I'm going to bring it down a little bit on there. I'm just going to hold this for a second to make sure. And then for this piece, I'm actually going to use my really strong double-sided tape right here, and I'm going to put a little bit of glue along just that center part of that fabric. I want to keep it loose so that it can kind of be free. And I'm going to leave this. I think I'm going to do it like that. I'm trying not to cover up this part because that was kind of the whole point. I think about like that, and that's going to peek out over the top, which I'm totally fine with. Okay. And then this will get tucked in there, but I want to add a little bit of embroidery floss to that, just so it has somewhere to go. And this is another way you can just kind of pull in that same color. If I can get this to go in there. Ugh. I am not very nimble fingered sometimes, so you just have to bear with me for a second. There we go. So I kind of like to make the loop, and then I bring the tails through like that, and then I'm going to actually take these two pieces and tie a floppy bow. And then I'm just going to play with that to get it to the size I want it. And I'm going to trim this down just kind of where it's naturally folding, just because. Whoops. Oh no. Oh no. Let me pull that back. My scissors got stuck on it. Okay. There we go. All right. Okay, so that is it. That is day 9. No, excuse me, day 10. I need to add my my little numbers down here. I've been indicating the numbers, kind of, you know, as an ode to just a regular book. I've been adding them just down here at the bottom. So I'm going to add these as well, and I think I will just use this color. It's not exactly the right color, but it's close enough. So, day 10. Day 10. Okay, so really simple page. I just kind of wanted to walk you through the process. Again, if you found this helpful with this kind of live video like this, or not live, but a real-time kind of process, leave a comment down below so that I know, and I'll try to do more of those in the future. And if you liked this video, I would appreciate it if you gave it a thumbs up. That helps other people to find my channel as well. And subscribe. If you hit the notification bell, you'll get notified when I post new videos. And until next time, bye.